If you have a first generation Mazda Connect system, odds are that the screen is cracked, the touchscreen is not working, and every time someone new walks into your car, this happens.
Why is your screen cracked? What? Mazdas are always rusted anyways.
How is that even related to my screen?
That's why I'll be showing you guys this simple and inexpensive fix to a Mazda Connect cracked screen. And if for some magical reason your screen is still not cracked, it will. Just wait, it will. Plus, if you stick around, I'll be showing you this bonus trick to access some hidden features by modding the software of the Mazda Connect system. I'm JP and you're watching Driving Production.
First thing I do is getting dressed, cause it's cold outside. Yeah, that cold. And finding a shelter seems like a pretty good idea too. Then I drive out the car on the ramps. No, actually, there's no need for that. We're working on the inside today. And yes, I'm actually in a shop. We recently moved, and this property has a garage. Well, if you can call it that, as there's some snow coming in, among other things to fix. But it's a step in the right direction. It's definitely going to help me work on cars in weather like this.
So on the inside is where it might get a little bit tricky with the plastic trim. And that's why I got my trim removal tools to be able to remove this plastic cover and the vent on top, especially when it's cold outside like it is today. The plastic is extra brittle.
Then it's just a matter of removing the one 10mm bolt holding the head unit and disconnecting all the plugs in the back.
With the head unit out of the car, I brought it inside where it's much warmer and a lot cozier with some nice company with me. I'm going to be taking apart the rest of the head unit from the screen itself.
At this point, it's pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of removing a few screws and removing the plastic covers. Once I got access to the motherboard, I just need to disconnect 3 cables. The ones on each side, I just need to flick up the clip first, while the bottom one I gently pry out with the screwdriver.
So got the computer cards out. Essentially now I think it's just a matter of removing the screen, because now we can just pop this out.
After that, I use my heat gun to heat up the adhesive holding the screen to the chrome frame. Honestly, this was a little bit annoying as it made some glass shards all over the place, and also at the same time the chrome plate got very hot. So if you're attempting this, I definitely recommend putting some gloves. Finally, with the screen off, I get to install the new one, which I got off Amazon, so I'll leave a link to it if you ever want to buy the same one. Apart from that, it's just a matter of reinstalling everything back together.
Need your assistance. Finally getting to the interesting stuff about this mod is not only fixing the screen, so that's done, but it's modifying the software within the Mazda Connect system. Before even attempting this, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware there's some pretty real risk to damaging your Mazda Connect and software system. So if you're not comfortable with the idea of playing around with the computer of your car, just don't do it. I don't think it's worth it. All right, so for the Mazda Tweak,
the first thing I do is format a blank USB. I make sure that it's FAT32 format. Renaming the USB to something the system will consider familiar is also supposed to help, so I named mine Mazda. Then I download the MP3 file and extract it. Don't worry, I'll leave links for all the websites in the description. With the file extracted, I copy its content into the blank USB. Now I can download the Mazda Tweaks program and download the version for Windows, since that's what I'm using. Since the developers of Mazda Tweaks have abandoned the project for a few years now, I do need to disconnect from the internet so the program doesn't try to update and throw an error code. Once the program is up and running, I make sure to click Install Options and select Build Run.sh. At this point, I think the best thing to do is explore the program to see what kind of tweaks it can do. Selecting the tour option was very useful. Also, hovering over tweaks will give a brief description of what they can do. With the options I wanted selected, I click the Start Compilation button, upload it to the USB, and head out to the car. One thing to note is I have the version 70 of Mazda Connect. If I would have a higher version like 74, I would have to change the code in the tweaks.sh file by using Notepad and Ctrl F to search for -EQ70, then switch the code to 74.
All right, the car's been running. All right, so let's plug this in. Mazda connected, entertainment, audio source, Mazda. Then you go to open terminal.
After letting it load for a bit, this menu popped up and I selected terminal. This is when I connected my keyboard to the other USB and typed in sh space mnt/sdb1/run.sh. This is where it gets a bit tedious, as I needed to click OK for every tweak I installed. Finally, I did a factory reset. Just keep in mind, this will erase all data on the system.
So the screen is installed and the software is updated. As far as the screen goes, it was definitely worth it. It definitely has a really sharp and glossy finish. It actually looks like the 2017-2018 screen that was updated for the later Mazda Connect system. Even the factory areas where it wasn't cracked, the screen looked a little bit dull, and now it looks very like glossy and whatnot. So the screen, I think that was a huge upgrade. It was quite simple to install on the screen. It's definitely something I should have done a long time ago. Now for the Mazda Tweaks. I think it has a lot of cool features, but I think it's more an aesthetic type of mod for your Mazda Connect than it is a practical one. It's nice that it's a little bit faster to use. You can change the background to essentially whatever image you want, and you can even upload your custom image as long as it's within the pixel parameters. Most of the features on there, I personally wouldn't use them. Even the speedometer app is pretty cool, but realistically, I don't think I'm going to be using these features. You can add video player, you can add different album art, change a few things. Even for the touchscreen while driving, I know it seems to be like one of the top features with the Mazda Tweaks. Personally, I really don't mind using the knob in the center console as opposed to touching the screen. So I don't mind that. So I don't even see myself using that kind of feature. So it's really up to you to decide if you think that's a worth it upgrade for the car. And I did have some issues trying to upload it, and I missed a few steps the first times, and trying to get the program running right. I also had some glitches when I first uploaded it with the Android Auto. I think the problem is that the Mazda Tweak is made for a car without the Mazda Android Auto. So when I uploaded it and I tried to connect my phone to it, it kept on glitching out and the screen kept going blank. So I had to get that removed and now it's fixed. I definitely think one of the best upgrade for the Mazda Connect system is to upgrade to an Android Auto or Apple CarPlay system. And you can check out this episode right here where I did just that. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.